Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here, being joined with Jessie Vargas, and of course, every question that you've been asked probably since being here is this Canelo versus Khan main event that we're going to see this Saturday. Coming into this fight, though, what do you think Amir Khan really needs to do to kind of keep Canelo off of him and offset that power, you feel?
Is stay consistent. You know, it's all about consistency, not tiring, and keeping the speed up, keeping the momentum going to his favor, and that's the only way that he has to fight a perfect fight, and that's the only way he will manage to be able to do that.
Can he fight a perfect fight? Is that out of the realm of possibility?
He's too much of a warrior, man, which doesn't exactly mean that that's not a perfect fight, but for him, for his sake, he doesn't want to fight with Canelo. You know, he shouldn't fight with Canelo. He should just outbox him and use his technical ability to just show him that he's a better fighter. But he has some weaknesses, you know, and the chin is one of them, you know, but we'll see how interested he can make it, you know, but I think Canelo has the edge.
You brought up a good point. Everybody says he has to fight a perfect fight. He can't be like the Amir Khan of the other fights where, like, he gets tagged and he wants to exchange. You being a fighter and speaking with other fighters, it's like when you guys get hit, you want to tag the other guy back. Yeah. How hard is it to fight that feeling and stay focused?
It's, to me personally, I mean, I don't fight the feeling, you know, I get the feeling and I fight, you know, and that's just the way it is, you know, but, you know, I have that warrior instinct, and not only that, but that background. Everybody knows where I'm from, everybody knows where I come from, and we as fighters are tough. You know what I mean? We're tough inside, and we don't ever give up. And unfortunately for Khan, he doesn't give up, but he's not as durable as other fighters, and that's his problem.
You know, looking though at the title at stake, it's the middleweight title, but it's being fought at 155 pounds. Yeah. It's brought a lot of criticism, a lot of people not too happy with it, a lot of people saying, well, Canelo's the A side, he can do whatever the hell he wants. What do you make of that whole situation?
I could see where the people are coming from, you know, and why they would want him to fight the top guys in his division, since he is the champion. He should be fighting at 60. It should be okay to fight. If he wants to come in at 155, that's not a problem, but he should let other fighters come in at the weight that it's officially done at. You know what I mean? It's recognized as the 160-pound division, and if you're a champion at 160 pounds, yeah, I think you should be able to fight fighters that will make that weight. Not say, you know what? Well, I weigh 155, come down to my weight. Yeah. That's not how it's done. That's just it's unheard of. I mean, just recently they're starting to do that, possibly because I mean boxing has become more of a business, you know, and of advantages, but that's the way he plays ball. You know, he can't do anything about it.
Is it bad for boxing? Is it good for boxing because it generates more money? What's your take on that?
If the fans are okay with it, I mean, if it doesn't hurt it, why not? Yeah. You know, I'm not fighting in his weight, so it doesn't affect me. You know what I mean? And but if I were to fight, you know what I mean, I'd say shit, I'll fight. You know, as long as you make the welterweight division, we'll make the fight. Even if I do come in at 143, 144. Yeah. But I just have that heart. But then again, you know, sometimes the guys that do have the heart and are true warriors don't really get all the credit they deserve, and that's the way it is.
How do you see the situation developing now with Gennady Golovkin? It kind of is starting to mirror a little bit the Mayweather-Pacquiao situation, where like they want him to fight, but something comes up where the fight can't happen. And hopefully we see it if Canelo wins. But what do you make of what's going on with Canelo saying, I'm only defending at 155, Golovkin saying, no, 160, we fight at 160?
Well, I mean, Triple G's right. The fight should be done at 160. The only thing what I think that they're waiting for is for the fight to be big enough where they can all make a good amount of money. You know, just as Mayweather-Pacquiao waited for the fight to grow to be as big as it was. You know, and I think that's what they're waiting for, and you can't judge them for that. You know, you can't hurt them for that. You can't be mad at them for that. Yeah. You know what I mean? It makes sense business-wise, and it's the only fighter that Golden Boy has that they're really making money from. You know, so I can understand that, and I would like to see the build-up into the fight. It's interesting to me. Yeah. You know, you compare each one. You know, you just have to have patience for it. But I mean, I don't, man. I don't like to put fighters down, but if he's a fighter, if he's a champion at middleweight, he shouldn't be fighting a welterweight.
Do you have a favorite between those two, Golovkin and Canelo, in a fantasy matchup?
Canelo.
Canelo, really?
Yeah. I mean,
everybody's saying Golovkin. They feel Golovkin would be the.
Well, I would lean towards. I would go for Canelo. Just because at this point right now, I would look forward to the fight. I think that I'd cheer on for Canelo just because I got to meet him, I spoke with him a couple times, but I'd go for him. Now, who do I think would win the fight? I'd say it'd be a good matchup, man. A lot of people have Triple G winning, but I actually think it's very interesting and it'd be a good fight.
Now moving on to you and your career, there's a push now. Vargas, Brook. Is it going to happen? Is there a push on your promoter? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, there is, definitely. There's it's a fight that's being talked about now, and we still have some time to negotiate, and we'll see if it gets confirmed soon.
What do you make of him as a fighter?
He's a good fighter. He's a good champion. Yeah. Would make for a great fight.
You guys match up really well. Do you have, or what do you think are your advantages coming into that fight against him if it does get made?
Again, my advantages, my height, my reach, I believe we might have the same reach. I'm not sure. I looked that up. Just the fighter that I am in general. Yeah.
Looking at Brook, I guess the main nod against him that fans seem to have here in this country is he hasn't fought anybody since the Porter fight, and the guys that he fought haven't really been high-level opponents. What do you make of those prior opponents he's had, and really what fans are expressing in terms of that?
Well, the last fight, I think it was his mandatory from the IBF. So you can't be mad at him for taking the mandatory. You know what I mean? He's a good fighter. And we'll see how good he is if once he faces top-level opposition.
If you had to choose Brook or Garcia, what's more interesting to you? Because I know
I think Danny Garcia, because the fight fans, it's the fight that the fans want to see.
Yeah.
It just seems that they are more interested in seeing that fight. But Kell Brook is also a very interesting fight. I know that he has a lot of support back in England, and he has a big fan base. I have a big fan base here, so that makes for a good matchup as well. I just have been hearing a lot of the hype of Vargas Garcia, Puerto Rico, Mexico, Mexican American against Puerto Rican American, there's just a lot behind it, but either or, both fights are very interesting.
Why is it that everybody wants to call out Danny? Is it you guys as fighters see something there like, hey, this guy's easily beatable, I can beat this guy? Or is it something more that we're not seeing? Because it seems like every welterweight always says, I want Danny Garcia, I want to beat Danny Garcia.
He seems vulnerable, and not only that, but he has something that a lot of people want, which I understand. You don't really hear people calling out Jessie Vargas, besides Mauricio Herrera. Mauricio Herrera, he wants to fight, he'll fight anybody, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have that many people calling me out, you know what I mean? So, that says a lot, and I'm a world champion, so imagine that, world champion, no one's calling you out, but I guess that would be why.
All right, on a last note, just quickly, if that fight does get made, when do you think it would happen to you and Brook?
I'm not sure. I'd say they had mentioned that if they're interested in making it happen in August, so it's that's the fight that in August, September most likely. Yeah. So we'll see if it gets confirmed. If it gets confirmed, wait for that. And if not, well, I still want to come back in August, in my mandatory or in another fight here in Las Vegas. It's been too long since I fought back at home, man, and I miss it, but we'll see what happens.
Jesse, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Here with Jessie Vargas in Las Vegas, talking a little bit Canelo Khan, a little bit of Kell Brook, and maybe a Danny Garcia fight. Guys, watch the pay-per-view this Saturday on HBO, Canelo versus Amir Khan. Thank you guys for watching.